Welcome to AMHQ Weekend. I'm Reynolds Wolf alongside the amazing Kelly Cass, and today is Saturday, April 9th.
Yeah, and Reynolds, can you believe we're talking about snow still? Now we're in the middle of April, and we've got a lot of people, 17 million to be exact, under some form of winter weather advisory today.
Yeah, a lot of teeth chattering.
It's snowing pretty hard right now in Cleveland, so we still have the snow showing up on our Saturday snapshot from Cleveland to Pittsburgh, all the way down into the higher elevations of western North Carolina.
You're right about that. You know, in the deep south, we can expect sunny and breezy conditions, which will be great if you got a kite, if you're just trying to play golf. At Augusta, it's going to be kind of tough for you. Man, out west, different story, though.
Yeah, much different story. It's nice to see the raindrops, though, right? We've got the rain going on in San Francisco. The Central Valley could be some flooding concerns there. And meanwhile, Reynolds, I know later on you're going to talk about the possible record heat in the Northwest.
Yeah, it is going to be a compelling story. But good morning to Cleveland. Look at the shot.
Yeah, we mentioned it was snow. So a hard freeze concern from Kentucky through West Virginia. Concerns for agriculture, especially the orchards that have already started to bud and bloom out there. And you can see the snow that continues to come down, even a little bit of lake effect. Look at that, that band right there showing up very nicely over Lake Michigan, coming down into northern Indiana. And here's the culprit. We got that upper low that's coming through eastern Ohio and western Pennsylvania, giving some oomph into the atmosphere. And you can see the snow that's going to be with us for much of the morning hours from Cleveland on over towards Harrisburg. And what's it going to do as we head toward the east? Well, we show you that the snow could be heavy at times in the eastern parts of Pennsylvania, just outside of Philly. Philly, you're right on the line, but certainly just west of Philly, we could pick up some pretty significant snowfall accumulation. So get ready for it from Harrisburg on into the Poconos. You can see D.C. clearing out by 11 o'clock tonight. We're talking mainly rain showers along the coast. But for those of you experiencing the snow, how much are we going to get? How about Pittsburgh? We've got you in the 3 to 5 range, a couple of inches in that lighter shade of blue, kind of nosing out into the northeastern portions of Pennsylvania. This is one area to watch, though. In the purple, again, just west of Philadelphia, there is the potential we could see several inches of snow. It all depends on exactly what happens with the daytime heating. But yeah, be prepared from Lancaster to Wilmington on over towards, just west of Philly. Reynolds, we could see 7 inches of snow on this April day. Not wise, especially with a little bit of a breeze going. We've got very, very dry conditions out there as well. Here's a look at the numbers for today. It's not just Atlanta below average. By the way, the Braves are at home, so make sure you got maybe a sweater, maybe a light jacket for that one. 64 degrees in Birmingham, only 53 in Nashville. That is 14 degrees below average. And of course, we are concerned about a freeze. Everywhere you see the pink, that's where we've got the freeze warnings in effect. So from Nashville to Asheville, on down towards Augusta, Georgia, where of course the Masters is going on, up towards Charlotte and Raleigh, and that hard freeze warning going for some of you as well into parts of Kentucky and West Virginia. So temperatures are going to be flirting with freezing, if not getting to freezing. Some of the suburbs outside of Atlanta would not be surprised if we got down to 32, 35 in Nashville, only 26 in Asheville come tomorrow morning, and 24 in Charleston, West Virginia. So if you've done any early planting, you might want to cover it up or bring it inside if you're able to. Typically, you're safe to do that planting in parts of Georgia and Alabama, with the average last freeze being the end of March. But even here in Atlanta, typically right about now is our average last freeze. Sometimes it goes a little bit later, though. These are just averages, but just something to keep in mind before you get too ambitious and do too much in the garden.
Absolutely. You know, kind of quiet today, sort of docile weather.
We're going to be watching the radar. Let's take a look at it right now. As a matter of fact, we do have the thunder waking you up right about now in Midland, Texas. You can probably hear that thunder out there. Down towards Pecos as well. Showers starting to work their way in toward the Lubbock area, but very, very light at the leading edge of that. And then even far south Texas, we're tracking some thunderstorms around the Laredo, Texas area, and also about to move into Corpus Christi. Nothing severe at this time. Our overall severe threat not running all that high this weekend, but we are going to have the heavy downpours to deal with and also the lightning, so watch out for that. And then, of course, we're going to be timing out the storms moving towards Dallas, hopefully not bothering you guys for that NASCAR race going on in Fort Worth later on this evening. Right now, Reynolds, the forecast is going to be dry for that. The rain, not just Los Angeles, but other areas across the Southwest as well. There it is. Forecast for today. We've got the rain around 67 degrees for a high. A few showers still going on for tonight and then drying out for Sunday. today. Temperatures in the mid-60s. The morning clouds burn off. We'll see some sunshine. But as I mentioned, it's not just Los Angeles. Other areas of the Southwest have been needing rain for quite some time as well, especially over toward the Inland Empire and southern Arizona. There's a look at the live radar showing a break in the action right now in LA, but we are seeing some rain just up the coast towards San Francisco Bay, and you can see a few showers over the Central Valley as well, where most of the country's fruits and veggies actually come from. So we've got our upper low spinning out here over the Pacific waters, just enough moisture. We're getting squeezed out here across central California especially. There will be a little bit of that snow, especially the higher elevations of the Sierra. You can see that showing up right there in the pink and blue. Otherwise, it's a rainy time from Los Angeles down towards San Diego. Watch out for the oil slicks out there because it's been a while since we've had rain. And then for tomorrow, we've got more showers in the area for Phoenix. By the way, we finally broke our dry streak in Phoenix. So the last time we saw rain was back on January 31st. We finally got a little bit of rain there yesterday, and we'll continue to have the scattered showers and rumbles of thunder as we go into early next week as well. 1 to 2 inches in some areas. That would be really nice. But in the Northwest, Reynolds, that he was about some of these stats when it comes to snow, when it comes to this cold snap that we're experiencing. Yes, I mean, the emails are very enthusiastic, trust me, that we get here at the Weather Channel. But you can see the snow, that darker blue just on the east side of Cleveland. That indicates some heavier snow. We were down to 3/4 of a mile with moderate snow being reported at Cleveland. You can see some of that lighter snow working over towards State College right now, where they are reporting some light snow right now, as a matter of fact. So there will be some of those scattered snow showers moving on through. We've got an upper area of low pressure that's currently positioned over the eastern parts of Ohio. We've also got the wind in such a direction, we're picking up some moisture out here over the Great Lakes. So that means lake effect snow or lake enhancement over the northern parts of Indiana, not so much Chicago, but even Chicago. You saw some flurries out there yesterday. New York City, we're not thinking the snow is going to be bothering you guys. However, just on the west side of Philadelphia, one of our computer models has several inches of snow being a possibility. So certainly we're going to have to watch that freezing line right there across eastern PA, getting into New Jersey as well. New York City, it's mainly going to be a few raindrops. This is at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Philly, again, right on that 32-degree line. So you may have some snow coming down, but at the surface too warm and a lot of it melting on contact. So we're not expecting a whole lot of accumulation for Philadelphia itself. And the same could be said here in Lackawanna County. Let's take a look at Scranton, Pennsylvania, where today we're starting out with clouds. Snow showers will start to move in later this morning, right there about lunchtime. You may be thinking, whoa, are we in for a lot of snow here? Well, note the temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 30s. So we're just barely, I mean, marginal for snow to develop here. And you have to think about this too. You know, this time of year, the snow is usually not as much of an issue because in the springtime, you tend to get more moisture involved, warmer air, large wet flakes that stick together and melt. Whereas during the wintertime, typically the snowflakes are smaller, drier, able to fluff up and accumulate on the ground. So certainly the sun angle has something to do with that, but the warmer ground also makes the accumulation more difficult this time of the year, Reynolds. Okay. Reynolds, as if the course at Augusta National wasn't hard enough, golfers have been dealing with some pretty windy conditions at the Masters. And as Bubba Watson found out on Thursday, even the short putts even put can be very difficult and pushed offline by the breeze. There were 40-mile-per-hour gusts on Thursday. Bubba's putt was pushed offline on the 11th hole, and it was the start of a tough back nine. Our Paul Goodlow got the breakdown on the hole, which marks the beginning of Amen Corner from professional golfer Stuart Sink. And just as the leaders are hitting the links, guess what? Those winds are going to be howling out there once again, gusting over 30, 35 miles per hour. Here's a look at the site of Augusta right there, of course, right on the border with South Carolina. We zoom on in and we take a look at that wind direction coming in from the west at 21 miles per hour. The good news is we will have the sunshine, cool temperatures. That's great for the spectators and the players themselves. And our forecast for Sunday, that wind is going to shift a little bit more into the east and lightening up a little bit. We're talking between 5 and 10 miles per hour. So much more doable as we head into the second half of the weekend. Reynolds, I don't know about you, but I can't do the golf thing. Yeah.